Alright, let's talk about the beginning after the end, Season 2, Episode 3. If you want to see my reaction to it, you can check it out on Patreon. But with that said, let's get into this. So, the episode was called The King is Stranded, or The King was Stranded, I'm pretty sure. It was one of those two titles. And essentially, he ends up stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere alongside Lucas Wikes and Elijah. And all three of them are there for different jobs that all involve hunting a mana beast or investigating a mana beast. And so they have to deal with that being stranded. And unfortunately, they also Arthur got separated from Jasmine, which sucks. But he has faith that she'll be okay, and so he has Sylvie do her thing and try to find Jasmine and get them to reunite because they kind of need to reunite. And so she does that, or she gets started on that at the beginning of the episode. I cannot speak today. The Sylvie, adorable as always to see her on screen. I always enjoy that. She's just so cute. It's just so fun to see her. And so they're doing their thing. They have to work together to survive, first off. And what ends up happening really is that Arthur manipulates Lucas by using his ego of being from a big and powerful mage family with super powerful fire magic to cook food and just to make him do things because it's more efficient that way to actually all pitch in. And so the end result is they decide to go find a salamander catfish thing. I think it's kind of like a salamander catfish because it can control the weather and in a limited range. And that's probably what caused the storm to bring them to the island. And so they have to take care of that thing first because that's actually what Lucas happens to be hunting as well for the royal family. And so, unfortunately, they can't leave because if they do, storm will happen again and they'll be fucked. So, with that said, they decide, okay, let's go find it. And I'm going to be honest here. They eventually get to a cave where the salamander is. Oh, and of course, during this time, Jasmine reunites with Sylvie. But before that, she's also panicking a little bit trying to find Arthur. But that's like a minor plot that's going on in the background, so I'm not focusing on that. But I'm going to be honest, when they find the cave that the salamander creature thing is in, I thought it'd be a tiny little creature. It's small for its size, but it packs a punch sort of thing. Nope. Nope. They pissed it off by having Lucas send in a giant flaming attack. He did a lot of damage, unfortunately, to the surrounding area. He packs a punch. And unfortunately, it also pissed off a giant salamander catfish thing. Thing comes out, it's big, it's pissed. And so they have to fight it as a party with Elijah on defense, Arthur at the front, and Lucas on attack. Like a support background. And so they do their thing. They're going about their thing. They fight. They struggle. They fight. They work together. They eventually are like, yo, we have to take care of this regeneration. And so, really cool, actually, the plan that Arthur came up with, in that he slashes, and before it can regenerate super fast, he has Elijah impale it with earth. That way it can't regenerate, which was really cool, because it can't, for some reason, it can't regenerate because something's blocking its path. And so it can't, remove it, I guess, or it doesn't think to remove what's blocking the regeneration path. I'm not quite sure on that front, but that happens. And they eventually do finish it off, mostly, with a big attack from Lucas. And they feed his ego, of course, because he definitely has an ego, and hey, if it works, it works. It gets him to help out. They do what's necessary. And so that happens. But unfortunately, it's like, yo, I'm not dead yet, bitch. And so it gets up, or starts to. And it's about to, but then Jasmine, she finds them. And so she runs in fast, slices its head off, cleanly, might I add. And she's just like, yo, fuck off. And it dies. And so they reunite. And it was fun to see them reunite. It was sweet, actually, really, to see them reunite like that. Because they reunited. Jasmine was worried. Arthur was worried. He's like, yo, are you okay? And I was like in the reaction, yeah, she's probably okay. If she's cutting heads off like that in a clean way, she's probably okay. Like, let's be real here, man. And that's happened. And so, also, Jasmine blames herself for this because she took them on that. She said that Arthur should continue adventuring because she talks to Reynolds, Arthur's dad, and he wants to pull him out from adventuring. But he's stubborn, unfortunately, and he won't stop. And she feels it's her fault because she said that she'd look after him, but they got separated, so she feels a lot of guilt. It's kind of sad, but all's well that ends well as far as I'm concerned, and as far as Arthur is concerned as well. So that happens, and then eventually things work out, and so we go back to the mainland towards the end of the episode where Tessia is, and as always, I'm probably skipping some stuff here and there, so you can see my full thoughts on the reaction on Patreon, but we follow Tessia, who's at the capital Xyrus, I think it's called, and they're at a cafe, and she's like, yo, I don't want to go see Arthur. We haven't seen him yet. We've been missing each other. But then, Farith, he's like, yo, I clocked this. You're scared. And she is scared. She runs away any chance she gets. And unfortunately, she's like, yo, watch me. After paying, of course, because she's not going to diamond dash. After paying, of course, she's like, yo, watch me. She goes up, and she's confronted by Reynolds, because she knocks or rings the bell or knocks on the door or something like that on the gate. And Reynolds like, can I help you? But then she sees him. She sprints off. Again, for like the third time, I think. Second or third time. And then Reynolds has like an interesting look on his face when he's like, that was an elf. But then he smiles because like he's happy that the treaty is working between the three kingdoms. And so that's cool. And that's kind of what happens. And then we finally get a final little scene with the others. What are they called? Actually, I don't know if we have a name for them yet. But we get a scene with them. And they're those the hooded people. And they're not happy. Because they're trying to do something for the appointed day. Oh, there's a special day. They called it something in the episode. I don't remember what it was. It was a specific word. The something day. And so that's ominous as fuck. And then finally the episode pretty much ends. I might have missed something or two. But as always with these, I don't cover every little thing that happens. I just cover the main stuff that I remember, that I enjoyed. And so, yeah. I also mentioned this in the reaction. I don't hate Tessia. But I don't love her either. She's just one of those characters that's just there. Like, she serves a purpose, and she's not an annoying character. Kind of. Okay, she kind of is right now with the whole running away thing, and not confronting and meeting up with Arthur in some capacity. But I don't hate her. But I don't love her. I'm sure other people do. But I just don't, personally. And I just want to put that out there. Oh, the same goes for Lucas as well. I bet... I have a feeling that there are some people who watch the episode, because during the episode, actually, Lucas is scared and doesn't immediately help out, because he's scared about the thing turning its sights on him. And I bet there are some people who are, like, pissed off at that or whatever, but the way I see it, and we have to keep in mind, and I said this in the reaction, Lucas and Elijah, and technically Arthur, they're kids. Like, they're like, I think they're under the age of 13. Give or take. They're children, essentially. So it's only natural that they'd be scared. Even if they are powerful, they're still kids. They're going to be scared. And so, that's that. That's what I wanted to say. But, yeah, I don't have much else to say, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Patreon is, of course, for the reaction as well as the Twitter and Discord. That's also down below. I don't have much else to say. Again. So yeah, while you're doing that, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hide the video, helps me out a lot. You can do that on the YouTube mobile app. And yeah, everything's down below. But with that said, until next time, my name is Mark. Never stop being yourself. Stay safe and I will see all you incredible people in the next video.